What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into some pop drum sample packs that I got sent over. I think they sound insanely good. With that said, let's dive into it. Alright, so the sample library we're going to be talking about today is Billboard Drums by PopLab Sounds. And I didn't really know about these guys before they got in touch, and they sent me a message saying, hey, would love to send you this sample pack. You're free to keep it. Like, if you want to do a video on it, that's calm, but, nothing too pushy about it. So I was like, yeah, listen, I'm abroad right now. I'm going to try these drums out. And when I'm back in the UK, I will definitely give them a swing. Whilst I was back home playing with these drums, I fell in love with them. I really like they're broken out in a really good categorization, also linking it to artists, which makes it very easy to imagine a sound and reach for it really quickly. And they sound wicked. So Nathan, I'm gonna be getting in touch because I'd like to try take this a step further on another video, but we'll keep in touch about that. So shout out to Nathan, thank you for sending these across. Now to look at this pack, right? We've got the PopLab Billboard Drums here. You can see we've got one-shots, loops, fills, and presets. Starting off at the top with one-shot kits, you can see we've got beat kits, experimental, live kits, machine, modern, retro kits, and rock kits. And these are all divided more or less by artist or producer. If you know who you're looking at, Grande, Ariana Grande, Starboy, etc., Jack Antonoff, you've got all of this stuff that's a bit relatable, in terms of a style of music you might be looking for, but then also broken down into like, okay, these are your beat kits, these are your more live kits, these are your more rock kits, and that for me also makes it very easy to just like, okay, I need this kind of sound. If we look at some of these, we've got, let's start at the beginning, Amala. Sounds really good, really clean. I'm going to keep my monitors a bit turned up for this. So as you can see, we've got a big mix. If I go into live kit, Antonov, they sound really clean, really good, and very much of that style. So I think Nathan's done a really great job on putting these kits together. I think they're catered very well. If we go into the loops, for example, same thing, just divided into the different styles. So I go into rock kit. Is very much, in this case, that kind of Olivia Rodrigo punky kind of sound. So I'm really digging these. Sound great. So today we're just gonna make a beat. I'm gonna play with some of these drums, and that's gonna be the vibe for today. So saying that, we got hi-hat loops as well. I'm a sucker for hi-hat loops. I just think it's like such an easy thing to add to your drum sound to give it a little extra kick, and not a lot of people provide them, so it's great. We've got some fills as well, regular fills, and then we've got some snare rolls, tom fills. Great stuff. Presets I haven't actually dived into too much. I see Ableton Live. And then we've got all the kits on just drum racks, basically. Really cool. So let's kick it off. I'm going to start by putting together a little drum program. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to start with this live kit Dead. I also should mention, you can see we've got a couple of variations. In this case, we've got A, B, C for the kicks. Means we've got a couple of variations that we can use to, give a little bit more life, a bit more of a realistic sound to the drums. So say I program, I'm just going to do a 4 on the floor kind of vibe, and then maybe I'll slow this down a bit. Let's try 90. Nice, we've got a nice little loop going on. Just copy that over, bosh bosh. Sweet, let's get a snare. Get that snare. Maybe we'll use an extra one in the end for a bit of variation. Snares are a little bit similar in this case, but not a huge problem. I'm going to use one of those hi-hat loops. Stick one of those in there. Nice. I'm just going to copy that over, get rid of the open hi-hat, and let's save it for the end. EQ that slightly, get rid of a bit of that top end. Nice. I also like to sidechain my hats. Just gives them a bit more of a realistic response with the kick and the snare. So just get the kick. And just flicking through these, you can hear there's a lot of styles. It's not just like necessarily acoustic drums. We've got some electric kits in there, especially if we go into like these robot kits are more Daft Punk inspired. Sounds so good, so thick. Retro kit blinded. This is like the Weeknd kind of vibe. Sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm really digging these. I guess it really depends what style you want to take it. The drum beat I've created so far is more of a like acoustic vibe, so I guess naturally it will fall into something like that, but we'll just see where to take it from here. So I might just put some chords on top of this just to give me a bit more of a bass. All right, let's chuck a quick bass line, still using Serum here. Let's pop that in. So we've got our chords, we've got our bass. Simple as, let's continue adding to these drums. I want to get some claps in there. If I go back into here, type in clap, let's see what we got. I'm sure there's going to be plenty. Apathy. Nice, let's get like a reverse thing in there. Let's see, do we have any? Ooh, those toms sound great. These on the Diva kit. Oof. I like these iconic machine kits because it's your classic 808, 909 kind of vibe, but they just feel like a little bit tweaked, which in a nice way. Sound great. Might actually use one of these as our reverse. Bam. Sick. I'm loving that. I might try a different kick just to see. This is very kind of disco vibe, so I just want to see what options we've got. Woo! This is more like a Lindrum kind of vibe, so let's try that. I'm actually going to copy this bass line over to Trillion. Let's get some toms in there. Those ones sound great. Oof. Lovely. Let's give these a quick little pan. Oh. Come on. Let's go. Hey. Oh, come on, son. Let's go. I'm getting hella excited here, as you can tell. Okay, so I've put together a little progression, you could say, and now I guess I'm going to build a bit of an arrangement. These drums sound hella wicked. I just had Jordan walk in and, you know, see like, whoa, what's going on in here, you know? So clearly these drums are exciting more than just me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these drums, I'm going to slap them in the beginning. Nice, and I'm just going to lay some chords. Okay, so I've pretty much got my arrangement together now. Got a little intro, got a little kind of first verse, second verse section, bit of a vibe going on. I'm gonna add a little bit of percussion just to take it to the next step. Maybe I'll have this last section where it seems to be growing in scale a bit to have a little bit more movement. So that's probably the next thing I'll do, and then we'll probably call it there. But I'm loving the vibe of this so far. Woo! Loving that. Let's get that side chain on there again. I'm digging that, sounding really nice, really digging the vibe. Honestly, these drums don't miss. I think you've got such a variety of flavors going on here that it just makes it really easy to find the type of sound you're going for. When I was exploring this kit, when I was abroad to see, you know, what the vibe was about it, I found myself making a bit of a kind of pop punky tune using the rock drums, and I think it sounded really cool. But yeah, you'll hear more about that tune in an upcoming video, so make sure you're subscribed and don't forget to like, leave a comment, we'll have a chat. What do you think about these drums? Have you tried them out before? Have you heard about PopLab Sounds? Let's have a conversation in the comments and see what we think. But I know I'm really digging them. There isn't really much more to say. I'm going to leave a link in the description below, so be sure to check those out. They sound really cool and I don't think you'll regret them if you're into this kind of music. So there you have it. Guys, once again, I've been Chris Vella and I'll see you on the next one.